Look who's back out today. It's been a while, well, not too long actually, just over a year, I guess, since you last seen this beast on the channel. And in the last video I called out the mileage. It's still low, 8,255k on it at this current in time, so go back and check the other video and there shouldn't be too much between them. But it's back. And we're going to take a wee spin on it. $50k! Oh, this thing is just an absolute beast. So let me just start this off by saying, as much as I love this bike, I was supposed to be making a video on the DT today, but unfortunately she just didn't want to cooperate. I actually just recently rebuilt it and put a new top end on it, so piston rings, gaskets, all that crack. Yes, sorry Volvo, I'm absolutely holding you up here on this hill and you have a cow box or a horse trailer. So let's try get up this hill. Yeah, so basically I rebuilt the DT and it's its second voyage whilst I'm breaking it in. And yeah, I just started bogging down and spluttering and I actually took it to the petrol station first and I put a full tank of juice in it, only for it to splutter and spit its way out of the petrol station, so thank you very much DT. And yeah, I did end up pretty much pushing it the whole way home. It was doing about 2 miles an hour the whole way. Completely dead. It was revving full throttle and it just didn't want to move. But anyhow, that is the joy of two-strokes. And thank you NSR for not being an absolute spastic and working. Yeah, and I had all my topics lined up for the DT as well. So I might as well blow it all out of the water here because I don't really have much else to talk about, only the fact that I'm depressed now over the DT just being a bollocks. So I wanted to say the DT is turning 30 years old next year. She's a 1991, which means she's going vintage. That means vintage tax. Yeah, cheaper tax. Only by about €20, but you know, it's the principle that counts. Power! We need more power! Yeah, it's funny, when I was 16, you'd be thinking, ah, Jesus, this is so slow! But what you don't really realise is it's the experience of driving this thing. Now I know my revs don't work, but I'm probably at about 10,000 revs. Flat out, full throttle, and it's barely picking up any more speed. So it's very hard to hurt yourself off this thing, especially if you're heavy-handed. The other thing I wanted to discuss for 2021, I'll actually be riding bikes for 10 years. So I started on not really one of these. For my first 3 months I obviously had the Pagio Vespa. After 3 months I picked up one of these, similar NSR 50 with an 80 engine, so I had 0.5 more horsepower than what this beast has. And yeah, it's crazy to think we're 10 years on and we're still driving pretty much the same bike. Oh, I absolutely love this though, like, this is some laugh. It would be nicer if it was on my DT, because at least then I'd have the poke to go along with it. But yeah, off the clock. And the brakes aren't the best in this, so I shouldn't be acting too much of a bollocks. And my most favourite part about riding these slower, kind of smaller CC bikes is that when I hop on my VF4 later, it'll feel like I'm driving a bloody spaceship compared to this thing. Size wise and power wise. Yeah, she packs up a bit of punch, so she does. Oh no! That wasn't good. Full throttle taking off. Trying to get up to speed. Ooh, nice corner. Yeah, you shouldn't have let off there. You can just go full whack the whole way with this thing. Even though I shouldn't be doing that, because yeah, I'll end up just fucking... I'll end up with another melted piston in my hands. Last thing I want on my lovely day off. But it's just so hard to resist not giving the thing the absolute beans. Meow. I was hoping to set up my zoom on the DT and record a bit of engine noise, but I'm going to be using that from a mic today. I was after buying the GoPro combo cable, which basically allowed me to plug directly into the Hero 4, which I'm using now. But only after a month of use, and the connector that goes into the GoPro itself, the charge connector, which is GoPro specific by the way, it's 10 pin instead of just being a mini USB, because there's just extra features, they need extra pins in it, which makes it even more awkward because it's just not a normal mini USB cable. Anyhow, that was after wearing down on me already, so that's fairly sickening. Because I'm trying to build somewhat of a good setup that I can use all year round, 24/7, whenever I'm out on the bike, without having to constantly change batteries and sync up audio afterwards with the microphone and zoom, and then having the zoom. You have to charge that as well, and you have to set that up correctly. And I absolutely love the zoom. I love having things done properly and having the audio absolutely perfect. But to be fair, the GoPro connector done a very good job. The audio was pretty clear. So I was happy enough to use that, and I will be using that in the future. Lucky I'm on a 50, I can just squeeze past. So you know, if I wanted to go for a long spin and bring my laptop with me, Jesus, a lot of farm machinery on the roads today. I'd bring my laptop with me and I'd be able to edit there and then. You know, it'd just be a lot more easier if I didn't have to sync up audio every time. And I never really explained about the front-facing cam either. The reason I got that was because of that connector. Unfortunately, the one I have in front is the Hero 4 Silver. That's the one I've always been using for the last few years. And it hasn't had any issues apart from the actual connector itself being broken. So I wasn't able to use the combo cable. So I bought this Hero 4 Black with a decent connector on it. So now I can record with the combo cable, but unfortunately a month later we're back to square one. But at least we have a front-facing camera now to capture that extra dimension. Now the fact that they're so cheap as well, I think I paid €100 for the Hero 4 Black, which does record 30 frames 4K, and the Hero 4 Silver, I think it does 4K, but it only goes up to like 15 frames or 20 frames or something really weird that no one is ever going to use. But the fact that it has the screen then as well on the back makes it even better for setting up the angles. So to sort out all that issues, I'm now starting from scratch again. I'm basically going to cut up the GoPro cable and use the resistor out of that for the microphone, and use the connectors so I'm able to easily charge my helmet and the camera and anything else I need to charge. I'm trying my best now recently to always have the camera on me and recording. I've made it so long without the camera. I mean, I've been using it on and off for a lot of things, for a lot of just my daily commutes over the years, but I never really had the mic hooked up or anything. So it would be nice to have it all set up and going and charging and not having to worry about anything else really there. Oh, nice. So we got a new roundabout here in Little Island. Very nice! Come on, car, keep moving. Oh! Meow! That is one thing I really want to be able to do. I should really just go off and do a track day and just learn to do it there, because I don't have the right feeling. But you need to scratch these things up. I need to get that knee down. And this is the perfect bike to be doing it on, because you can't really be going too fast. It's not a heavy bike. It's perfect to be learning on. But yeah, I'll get that scratched up one day, don't worry. I'm a road biker, not a race driver. Yes, we have peace. Now, there's usually people walking down here or bird watching, so they don't really appreciate the bikes disturbing their peace. Yeah, she won't do a burnout, not even on the grass. Alright, lads, that pretty much sums up my two-stroke adventure for today. I think I've had enough excitement for one weekend. Yeah, I'm really disappointed now the DT didn't really work out today. Maybe we can sort something out. Two strokes, lads. I mean, like, they're not hard. They're fairly basic. But when they go wrong, and when you don't know what you're doing, things start getting difficult. It actually brings back a lot of memories of when I was learning to drive, 16. Lots of breakdowns with these bad boys. This thing actually broke down on the toy run last year. The same issue as well, surprisingly. Doing the same thing as the DT, she was bogging down a bit at high speed, and yeah, you couldn't really, you had no choice but to have full throttle, which is quite annoying. So she wouldn't operate anything under that, not full throttle, the bike would stall. Full throttle, it would be slowly bogging out and killing itself. Oh no! So I'm not sure how long my front facing camera was dead for, but it's dead. And that pretty much sums up my issue with the Hero 4 batteries. They're good, but they're not good enough. This thing has been charging the last 12 hours and it's dead. I probably got about 20 minutes out of it. Could be the charger as well and all this shit, but you know, this is what I live with, and this is why making videos is so difficult, because you can't get to the stage of actually recording the content because your cameras just don't work. Anyway, I'm sorry for the ranting. Hopefully you enjoyed, because a lot of people do enjoy rants. I enjoy rants. I mean, it's nice to get it out of your system, especially today. I've had a stressful old day with the 2-strokes. But anyhow, thanks for watching, and I do hope to see you in the next video. If you do like it, please let me know by liking the video, and definitely subscribe to see more content in the future, especially on this NSR 50, an absolute beast of a bike. So no furthermore, I'll see you in the next video. Slán a bhaile. Talk to you later.